The DNA match notification appeared on my phone while I was sitting in a VA hospital waiting room. Mine, Nguyen Thompson, daughter, parent-child relationship. 99.9% confidence, daughter. My hands started shaking so badly I dropped my phone. I only had one daughter, Amy, who lived in Colorado with her two kids. She'd never changed her name to Nguyen Thompson. This was someone else, someone I'd left behind in Vietnam 50 years ago, someone I thought I'd never find. My name is Thomas Mitchell. I'm 73 years old. I live in Phoenix, Arizona, where I've spent the past 45 years trying to forget Vietnam. I was drafted in 1970 at age 19, shipped to Saigon in 1971, served as a supply clerk for the U.S. Army until 1973. I wasn't infantry. I didn't see heavy combat, but I saw enough. Enough to give me nightmares for decades. Enough to make me drink too much for too long. Enough to need the VA hospital I was sitting in when I got that notification. In Saigon, I met a woman named Lynn. She worked in a restaurant near the base. She was beautiful, 22 years old, spoke broken English. I was 21 and homesick, and she made me feel less alone. We fell in love, or what I thought was love at the time. In retrospect, maybe it was just two people clinging to each other in a war zone. We were together for 8 months, from March 1972 to November 1972. Then I got my orders. I was being shipped home. The U.S. was pulling troops out of Vietnam. I was going back to America. Lynn told me she was pregnant 2 days before I left. I was 22 years old, terrified. I had no money, no plan, no idea how to bring a Vietnamese woman and baby back to America. This was 1972. The war was unpopular. Mixed-race children from Vietnam were called names, treated badly. I promised Lynn I'd send for her. I promised I'd come back. I never did. I got home to Michigan in December 1972. Culture shock hit me like a truck. America felt alien. No one wanted to talk about Vietnam. My father told me to forget about that Vietnamese girl and move on with my life. So I did. I buried it, buried her, buried the guilt. I got married in 1975 to an American woman, Carol, had a daughter, Amy, built a life, never told anyone about Lynn or the baby. Carol and I divorced in 1990. I moved to Phoenix, worked construction for 30 years, retired in 2015, and for 50 years I thought about that baby in Vietnam. Wondered if Lynn had kept the pregnancy, wondered if I had a child out there, wondered if they hated me for abandoning them. My daughter Amy convinced me to take an Ancestry DNA test in December 2022. Dad, you should know your heritage, and maybe you'll find some relatives you didn't know about. I did it to make her happy. Spit in the tube, sent it back, forgot about it. Results came in February 2023. Mostly Scottish and Irish. Made sense. My family had been in Michigan for generations. I looked at DNA matches casually. A bunch of third and fourth cousins. No one close. Then, in September 2023, 7 months later, I got the notification. New DNA match, Mai Nguyen Thompson, daughter. I stared at that name for 10 minutes. Mai, a Vietnamese name. My daughter's name would be Mai. She'd be 50 years old now, born in 1973. I clicked on the profile with shaking hands. Mai Nguyen Thompson, age 50, location San Jose, California. Looking for biological father. Born in Saigon, Vietnam, March 1973. It was her, the baby I'd left behind. There was a message option. I clicked it, started typing, deleted it, started again. My name is Thomas Mitchell. I was a U.S. soldier stationed in Saigon from 1971-1973. I knew a woman named Lynn. She told me she was pregnant before I left Vietnam. Is Lynn your mother? Tom. I hit send before I could talk myself out of it. She responded in 3 hours. Tom, yes. Lynn is my mother. She's still alive. She lives with me in San Jose. She told me about you my whole life. She said you were a soldier. She said you promised to come back. Why didn't you? My dad. I called my daughter Amy immediately. Dad? Are you okay? You sound weird. Amy, I need to tell you something. Something I should have told you a long time ago. What's wrong? I have another daughter. From Vietnam. From before I met your mother. Silence. Amy? I'm here. I'm just processing. You have another daughter? Yes, her name is Mai. She's 50. She found me through DNA testing. Does Mom know? Your mother never knew. No one knew. I buried it for 50 years. Why? Because I was ashamed. Because I abandoned her. Because I didn't know how to explain it. Amy was quiet for a long time. What are you going to do now? I don't know. She asked why I didn't come back. I don't know how to answer that. Tell her the truth. The truth is that I was a coward. Then tell her that. So I did. I sent Mai a long message, told her everything, the promises I made to Lynn, the fear I felt coming home, the way I buried the past and tried to forget, the guilt I'd carried for 50 years. I'm sorry. I know that's not enough. I know nothing I say can make up for 50 years of absence. But I'm sorry. I was young and scared, and I made the worst decision of my life. I've thought about you every day since 1973, and I'm so sorry. Mai responded the next day. My mother told me you were scared. She said she forgave you a long time ago. She said Americans didn't understand what would happen to children like me, half American, half Vietnamese. After the war ended, things got hard for us. We were called names, treated badly. My mother protected me as best she could. We came to America in 1985 through a refugee program. I grew up in California. I had a good life. I'm married. I have 2 kids. I don't hate you. I wanted to for a long time. But my mother taught me that hate is poison. So I just wanted to know why. Now I do. Would you like to meet? Mai. I flew to San Jose in November 2023. Mai picked me up at the airport. She looked like Lynn. Same delicate features. Same smile. But she had my eyes, my nose, my hands. Hi, she said nervously. Hi. We hugged awkwardly. She drove me to her house in a quiet suburb. 2-story home, nice neighborhood. She'd built a good life. Inside, sitting in the living room, was Lynn, 50 years older, gray hair now, wrinkles around her eyes, but still beautiful. I started crying immediately. Lynn, God, Lynn, I'm so sorry. She stood up slowly and crossed the room, put her hand on my cheek. You came back, she said in heavily accented English. 50 years late, but you came back. We sat down. Mai's husband made tea. Her 2 teenage sons sat quietly, staring at the old white man who was their grandfather. Lynn told me her story. After I left, she gave birth to Mai in March 1973, alone. Her family disowned her for having a half-American child. The war ended in 1975. Life got harder. She worked multiple jobs to support Mai, faced discrimination, faced poverty, but she survived. In 1985, she got approval to emigrate to the U.S. through a refugee program for Amerasian children and their families. She and 12-year-old Mai came to California. I wanted to find you, Lynn said, but I didn't know how. I didn't know your last name. I only knew Tom, American soldier, that was all. I should have found you. I should have tried harder. You were young. War makes people scared. Mai showed me photos, her childhood in Vietnam, the refugee camp, coming to America, her wedding, her kids being born. 50 years of life I'd missed. Do you want to be part of our lives now? Mai asked. Or did you just want to meet once and be done? I want to be part of your lives, if you'll let me. We'll let you. Over the past year, I've been getting to know my Vietnamese family. I visit San Jose every few months. I've met Mai's extended family, her husband's relatives, her friends, her community. I've learned about Vietnamese culture, tried the food Lynn cooks, listened to stories about life after the war. Mai's sons call me Grandpa Tom now. They think it's cool that I was in Vietnam. They don't understand the guilt I carried for 50 years. Maybe that's okay. Amy came to visit in March 2024. She met Mai. They're half-sisters. They're trying to build a relationship. It's awkward but genuine. Lynn and I have made peace. She forgave me decades ago. I'm still working on forgiving myself. I think about all the years I wasted, all the years I could have known Mai, all the years I let guilt and shame keep me from searching for her. DNA testing gave me a second chance I didn't deserve. But Mai gave me grace. Lynn gave me forgiveness. And now I get to be a grandfather to 2 boys who are half Vietnamese, half white, just like their mother. The war took a lot from me, from all of us, but it also gave me a daughter I didn't know I needed. Have you reconnected with family separated by war? Have you found relatives across the world through DNA testing? Share your story in the comments. Subscribe for more true stories about DNA discoveries, war reunions, and the power of forgiveness. New stories every week. Thanks for listening.